Hello, and welcome back to the second episode of Smay Talks. I wanted to thank you guys who watched my first episode. It means so much to me reading some of the comments and you guys responding back on Spotify, just like suggestions for new episodes and encouragement. I really appreciate you guys just listening in general and tuning in. I love it, and I love being able to interact with you. I think it's really fun. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope whatever you're doing right now, whether you're cleaning your room, driving in your car, eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I hope you enjoy. So without further ado, today's episode is about my favorite memories from senior year of high school. Someone actually suggested this idea, and I was like, oh, why didn't I think about this? And so I'm just gonna kind of roll with it. I really loved thinking about these memories that kind of shaped my senior year. It was like I kind of time traveled back into the past. Even though it wasn't that long ago, it was still fun and nice to reminisce on some memories. So I kind of started from like the beginning of the school year, and I tried to think about what kind of started off my year that made me really excited. And that would be my first show choir show of the year, Christmas on Broadway. And that was so much fun because we got to sing Broadway songs like Hamilton and what's it called? Chicago. We sang all that jazz. That was really fun. And being able to choreograph with my assistant captain was just like a new experience because we had choreographed before, but this was different in the way of we were taking actual moves from Broadway and establishing it on our stage, and that was really fun to do. We watched so many YouTube videos on Hamilton, My Shot moves. Yeah, we did the song My Shot, and then Chicago. It was just so exhilarating to actually be able to perform that on stage on show night. And then obviously we did our Christmas songs. We did Hallelujah, we did Run Rudolph Run. Some girls did I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, but we turned it into a skit. It's just so magical what that stage can do to you, honestly. It really brings you out of your comfort zone, and it brought me out of my shell. And I love the stage. It's my second home. You'll hear me say that multiple times. One thing I really loved performing that night was with one of my best friends. We did a little skit of Baby It's Cold Outside. Forget the movie that it's from. I think Natalie Dubrow, or however you say her last name. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. She was in it, but I don't remember what the name of the movie was. But they sang Baby It's Cold Outside, and her character hated that song. And so the main character was like, just sing it, like I'll put her own twist on it. And she would sing like, I really can't stay, and he's like, oh, no problem, there's the door. So my best friend and I, we did that, and that was really fun because we did a skit the previous year. And if you've ever seen Friends, when Phoebe sings her song to Ross, Rachel, Chandler, and Monica and Joey about Hanukkah and Please Tell Joey It's Snowy, all of that. I took that song, rewrote it, and put the names of administration and teachers in it. And my best friend, she played the guitar while I sang. And then at the end, we were like, Happy Holidays, everybody. That was really fun. So it was kind of like a tradition that we had began. On the topic of show choir, I might as well just tell you about Yo Mama's Music. If you've been following me for a little bit, you know what I'm talking about, but those of you who are new, Yo Mama's Music started when I was a sophomore, and that name kind of just stuck because my dad, who is the teacher, I had my dad as a teacher for 4 years in high school. That's another one of my favorite memories, but I'll get to that in a second. But my dad, as the teacher, was like, okay, we're gonna do a concert, 80s and 90s music, let's just call it Yo Mama's Music for now. That's like the to be determined. We're just gonna call it what it is. And then it turned into the actual name of the show. So my sophomore year was Yo Mama's Music, junior Yo Mama's Music B-side, and then my senior year was Yo Mama's Music, The End of an Era, because it ended with the people that it started with. And he was like, okay, I think this is the last year I'm going to use this name. And one of my friends and I got to make our poster for the show. And we all know I've already talked about how I've been a Swiftie, and I mean, you guess it, we took inspiration from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour poster and made our own Eras poster. The poster, probably one of our best ones yet. Maybe I'm biased, but I loved it. Anyways, The End of an Era was probably one of our best Yo Mama's concerts. We had a live band, which we normally do for those concerts because my dad has contacts, like he's done his own shows and everything. If you have never performed with a live band before, any chance you get, if you have that opportunity, take it, because it is so much fun and it is such a different experience performing live with a band, because you just kind of feel the music more and you get into it more. We had a drummer, a bassist, a guitarist, and then my dad on piano, and it was just so much fun. And we incorporated not only like kind of 90s music, but we did some country songs and early 2000s and more modern music. One of my favorite songs that we did was Holding Out for a Hero. And my mom will come into class and she'll help us choreograph. And she choreographed this whole song. So it was just up to us like to learn it. And then my co-captain and I would help everybody else and make sure that we had all the moves down. But she choreographed this one all by herself. So good, I might add. It is one that I will never forget, because when I first heard Holding Out for a Hero, I didn't really like it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I like it. But as we started working with it and learning the moves, we all got into it. We all started to love it. And our show choir is all girls. There are like no guys in it. So Holding Out for a Hero, my mom made Wonder Woman t-shirts. Then we had coral white robes on. And throughout like the song, we had those robes on, but underneath were our hero shirts. And towards the end of the song, we got to unzip them and like reveal our hero shirts. And it was just, that one was definitely super high energy, got the audience into it. Everybody loved it. And so it's like that one's my number one favorite that we did. And really, really close to it is Bohemian Rhapsody, because I've been wanting to perform that song for so long. And the fact that I got to do it with a live band, oh my gosh, that was just so much fun. Another thing I would never forget from that, The End of an Era, is my senior solo, and I got to sing and play Driver's License on the piano by Olivia Rodrigo, which is a song that I learned how to play in my sophomore year and kind of just like mastered it. Just that one song, by the way, on the piano. I mean, I know like bits and pieces of other ones, like Mia and Sebastian's theme from La La Land. I know that one on the piano. And I know a little bit of the Tolerate It song from Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour version though. So I'm not proficient in the piano by any means, but I perfected this song and I got to do that on stage, which has been kind of a dream of mine. Especially, I know I keep mentioning the live band, but you gotta understand, it was just, it's something different. Playing and singing on stage has been something that I have tried to gain a confidence for so long, and I did it with other people that I had never really played an instrument with, me being a very much an amateur at the piano. It was definitely life-changing because it makes me want to start my own band, not gonna lie. But I would definitely have to take my time and learn the piano if I want to do that proficiently, but that's something I will never, ever forget. We also have watch parties, which is really fun because we all get together and we'll have like dinner or something, or we did an ice cream night, make your own ice cream sundae, and we just watched us on film. We truly are a family. Even though I'm already graduated and I'm going off to college, we all still keep in contact, and I will definitely, for those of you show choir homies listening, I will be visiting. Do not worry. I will be there at every concert. I will do my best because I love you guys. Okay, Now off the topic of show choir, I know I kind of rambled on, but that's just how much I love it. Another one of my favorite memories is my senior prom, because I think it is one of the best dances that I've ever been to. My previous homecoming experience haven't been all that great, and last prom was okay. My junior prom was okay. My senior prom was one that I will cherish because I got to go with my friends and I wore a dress that made me feel like a princess. I had the idea to make our own bouquets because I was like, guys, I see this on Instagram, so let me make a Pinterest board. So I made a Pinterest board on just different prom bouquets that people were making, and we had a bouquet making night at my house, and my mom went out to Hobby Lobby and bought a bunch of flowers that matched our dresses, and we all got to make our own flower bouquets, and they were so cute and it was so fun. I just put on some music, we gossiped a little bit, and we just had a lot of fun. Prom night, we went and we took pictures at this really pretty park, and they had a whole gazebo with flowers in between the wooden fixtures, and then we went to go get hibachi. Now, I love sushi and hibachi. Some people though came in, I think they were a reenactment group, and they were in colonial time attire, and they kept giving us looks, and we were just kind of ha, hey, sipping our Shirley Temples, So during actual prom, we stayed till the end because we were just having so much fun. We were the last people on the dance floor because everybody else would leave and go to parties and stuff, and I don't do that. I don't go to parties. I don't want to, that's just not my thing. But my friend went up to the DJ and started requesting music, and she requested Dancing Queen. Now, Dancing Queen is legit my serenity song. Every time it comes on, I just get this feeling that I know everything is going to be okay, and I just get a comfort from it. ABBA slays. Mamma Mia, amazing. I love it. So Dancing Queen has a very special place in my heart. So she went up and requested that song, and she comes down, and they're playing other songs, I think Starships from Nicki Minaj was playing or something, and then after that song it transitioned into Dancing Queen, and we all were just started we screamed, we were oh my gosh, it's Dancing Queen, and we just started singing and dancing and twirling around in our dresses because we were the only ones on the floor, we were only ones there, so we had literally so much room to just move around in. And that was just, I felt like I was in a movie. It was so fun. I just got to forget about all my worries and just focus on the fact that I was there with people I love and the people who love me. And it was just a magical night. Now, I wrote down on my script here that one of my favorite memories is lunchtime with my friends. I can't tell you any specifics because there's just so much that I can't narrow down which one is my favorite, but I figured I'd mention it because it's not a specific memory that I particularly enjoy. It's the feeling that I love, the feeling of acceptance and comfort with all of these people, and we just laugh all the time at literally anything. The inside jokes that are made. When you find your group of people and you stick with them and you get to have that comfort when just being around them, you don't have to do anything. If you just simply sit there, and you don't have to entertain one another. I love that. When it came to be my last days, because seniors left before everybody else, it was definitely bittersweet because I knew I wasn't going to have that again. I mentioned earlier that my dad taught at my high school. So when I entered high school my freshman year, we were just coming out of COVID, but the previous year had just gotten a job at my high school. And I'm a very creative and artistic person, so of course I'm going to be in choir and that just so happened to be the class he taught. So all 4 years of my high school, my dad was my teacher, and it's interesting because a lot of people would be like, isn't that weird? Like, we're very close. I'm very close with my family, both my mom and my dad. So it wasn't weird for me at all. A lot of my friends, like everybody that meets him and gets to know him and is in his class loves him. So a lot of my friends were in his class, and you know, we all became a family. Anytime that I didn't want to go and eat in the cafeteria, if I was going to be eating alone, if my friends were like on a field trip or weren't at school, I could go eat with him. That is a benefit. I would just sit in his office and I would eat my lunch and we would talk. And I could spill tea to him at school when stuff happened. So that was fun. I got to be his teacher aide and his peer tutor, and so I got to work with a lot of kids that, like incoming freshmen that were very nervous, and I would help them get acclimated. My dad being my teacher is something I definitely got used to, so when it came to our last performance and my last day, it was bittersweet as well because I knew that I wasn't going to have that again and I was going to miss him. But what's funny is my mom teaches at the college I'm going to. So basically a trade-off. I had 4 years with dad, now 4 years with mom. I love them both. I love you guys. Getting accepted into college will by far be something that I'll never forget. I was at work actually when I got the message, and I was doing the dishes or whatever, and I checked my phone and I got a message from my admissions counselor, and I was like, oh, okay, let me open it. And I was like, congratulations, Salome, you've been accepted. And I was like, oh my gosh. I go to my coworker and I'm like, I just got accepted to into my college. And we just kind of celebrated that. And I was like, let me call my mom. And so I called my mom, who was at the college with her coworkers. And I was like, Mom, I just got accepted to my college. And she was like, oh my gosh, we all celebrated. I told my dad, I called him up, and my little brother. And, I just told everybody. And then a couple days later, I get another message, and it's like, hey, not only are you accepted, you have been accepted into the Distinguished Honors Program. I was at school when I got this message. I jumped up. I was like, oh my gosh. I knew there was an honors program, but I didn't know that I was qualified for it. Having that excitement from that news of getting accepted into college and getting accepted into the Distinguished Honors Program just told me that all of my hard work had finally paid off. All of my hard work, all of my volunteer work, all of my clubs and organizations that I have been a part of, everything that I've done up to this point has finally paid off, and I'm accepted into a place that I know is going to take care of me and love me and just accept me for who I am. Graduating high school is something that I had thought about in elementary school and middle school, and I was like, that is so far in the future, like I don't need to worry about it. But it came up so quickly that when everything started to come at me and be like, college, you need to decide what you want to do, that was so overwhelming. So getting accepted and getting the tools to help me pay for college, all of my stressors finally just kind of went away, and I was able to enjoy the rest of my senior year without any, worry. Graduation, obviously, was another one of my favorite memories. I feel like I have to say that because I just kind of achieved a milestone. I am also truthful in saying that it is one of my favorite memories because walking across that stage, receiving my diploma, shaking everybody's hands, posing for the picture, I was like, I did it, I'm done, sayonara. There's a picture of me, I don't know if this is on my Instagram, I probably posted it on my story, but there's a picture of me with my hands up celebrating as we were walking out of the stadium, and I was looking at my parents and I was celebrating and I just put up my hands and I was cheering and I was like, yes, I did it, look at me, that was just so I love that picture because it just expresses exactly what I was feeling in that moment. And then afterwards we went out for Mexican food, and that was nice. That was delicious. There are definitely more memories from high school, but those are kind of like the core ones that I love and remember. There's definitely going to be more that I make in college, especially with freshmen. I'm a freshman again now, guys. That's scary, but exciting. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my favorite memories from high school. It was definitely fun for me to kind of scroll through pictures and try and refresh my memory and write my script to tell you guys about that era of my life. But I hope you enjoyed. Thank you again for listening. Be on the lookout for the next episode. I have some ideas. Thank you so much again. Have a great day.